Good evening, everybody. Tommy Jordan here. This is a video about the issue our county and apparently more of our state is having with AmeriGas about propane delivery. I decided to do this in a video because, quite frankly, it would be a lot of stuff to type. Long story short, in case you can't hear it, that's the sound of my gas fireplace kicked back on. So I do want to be honest and say when you scream enough, they get your gas back. But there has, for those that don't know, I didn't have gas here at our house for about 4 days. Couldn't cook, couldn't run the heat. Short version is I made a post about it. It got around to some other people that had seen other posts about it. That started some conversations about the county running out of gas at the Agri-Civic Center, and a couple restaurants running out of fuel. 73 in Maine and Soho's just they can't even run their restaurants. Can't cook, can't heat. So they're shut down. The distillery in Mount Pleasant, I heard, was out of fuel. A Baptist church in the county was out of propane, had to shut down services. Dollar General at Oakboro. I mean, a lot of people. And I understand those are all commercial names, and they are because I needed those commercial names to be able to get the traction that we needed. Because if I simply called the governor's office this morning and said, well, me and 5 other people are complaining that we don't have any gas, no one would take that seriously. So I started looking for, well, I'm not going to say they won't take it seriously, but in the relation to the 30,000 propane customers in Albemarle, maybe that's not a big number, and that's to be expected. So I wanted to be sure the our argument was given some weight. So thank you to the owner of 73 in Maine, and thank you to Dave Andrews from the local radio station that reached out. It is now 7:15 p.m. Thursday night. I have literally been on the phone all day. I started my phone call with the North Carolina Department of Agriculture because they actually enforce a lot of things around the propane industry, and that led me to make some progress. And then I talked to the North Carolina Governor's office, talked to Kevin Monroe from there. Kevin has been helpful in getting the word up to the governor and getting feedback when I've needed to have it, and I appreciate him doing that. He took the ball and he ran with it. I called Senator Carl Ford and explained the situation for myself and these businesses and these individuals that have been without propane, sometimes for days or multiple times throughout a month, and some who haven't had it for a few weeks. And I want you guys to know it got traction. So just today, I had to make a list to keep track of it. I have talked to Brilynn Johnson. She's the media relations lady for AmeriGas at a national level based out of California. We had about a 30-minute phone call, along with a very prominent attorney that you guys probably all know from Stanley County, who shall remain nameless. He happened to call me, and I said, how about I just conference you in right now, sir? And he got to let them know the gravity of the fact that it had gone from the governor's office to a senator's office back to him. So I think that had an impact, and she promised to make some headway if we got names of people that needed gas that didn't have any. And she put me in contact with Jimmy Christopher, who I think is kind of a regional guy for AmeriGas. He covers this Concord, Albemarle, Stanley, Troy kind of area, and he too was helpful. And I went to Senator Carl Ford, Kevin Monroe, Penny from the NC Department of Agriculture. Those guys got the President Pro Tem Phil Berger of the NC Senate involved, the staff of the Senate Pro Tem's office, the staff of Senator Carl Ford's office. A lot of people went to battle on this topic today. And I want you to know a couple things. One, I'm not letting this go. I'm not letting this go away because I got my gas turned back on. That would be the typical and lazy, duplicitous, stupid thing to do. Well, my problem's solved now, so it's y'all's problem to handle. I'm not going to do that. I am going out of town tomorrow. I will not be jumping on this all day long tomorrow and Saturday, but I think the ball is heavily in motion enough that it's going to make some headway in the very near future. So I've got some things that I want to ask of you, but I'll continue the update first. I've talked to Stuart, Arnold, the VP for East Coast operations for AmeriGas at a national level. I've talked to Brilynn Johnson, the media relations person for at the national level. I firmly believe they understand the gravity of the problem. I firmly believe that they, as individuals, necessarily are doing all that they can. They're not hearing about these issues, and they're not hearing about it because of a failure within AmeriGas. And that's a problem they know about. They've admitted they knew about it before, but now they really know about it, and they're working to make changes. But I told them, I said, that's not going to change things tomorrow. One of the biggest problems with that company's customer service product is you call the local AmeriGas number, you press 1 or you press 2 to get through support, and then you issue your complaint, and somebody tells you, well, we'll have your gas turned back on in such and such a time. And then it doesn't happen. Or it's going to be 3, 4, 5 days. Or this is what I got told, 3, 4, 5 days. Or we'll come give you gas tomorrow, but it's a $300 surcharge. In my case, I'm like, well, you missed me on December 31st, and you're supposed to be here. It's not my fault you didn't show up for 10 days and didn't call and didn't let anybody know. So get here for no for no extra charge. And 4 days later, they finally got here. I got my gas tonight around 5 p.m. But a lot of businesses were without fuel or have been without fuel lately. They know about it now. The issue is that customers that call don't get their information put on these people's desks. And this still needs to be fixed. This is something AmeriGas needs to take ownership of and fix. And a couple of people I spoke to assured me that they know about it. They're working on hiring more customer service reps, getting rid of some of the bad ones, improving their customer service staff, fixing their IBR phone system that's pure crap. Truly, they are down drivers. COVID has a lot of their drivers out. Brilynn Johnson told me that today. Stuart, Arnold, he gave me the actual numbers. I'm not going to share them, but yes, significant numbers of drivers are out with COVID. I understand that. You told me that. Now I get it. The general public doesn't know that. Why don't you put a video on YouTube, or put it on your website, or put it on your Facebook page and say, hey, we're sorry. Here's the reasons we're having problems, fulfilling orders, and we'll, please email or call us at this number if you are totally out. They haven't done that, and that's their problem. And I told them that was their problem, and that's something they need to fix. Customers feel ignored and totally without value, and no amount of fixing my problem today solved that for anybody else. So I'm not going to let this go. I'm not going to bury it and just forget about it because I got my fuel. That's not going to happen. Senator Crawford is on it. The governor's office has got to be involved. My personal goal is one of two things. I'd like to see one of two things happen, or preferably both. If you're like me and you got your house with my house was newly built when we bought it. We got a propane tank, and you just called the gas company and they showed up. They provide that tank free of charge. Now I'm stuck with them. They own that propane tank. I would have to call call them and tell them to come get their tank, call another propane company and have them give me a tank, and then pay them to service it. Or I can buy my own tank. AmeriGas is not making it very easy for customers to figure out how to buy their own tank. Or I still don't know what my own tank would cost. But that's one thing that needs to be done, because if I could have bought my own tank at $250 for a 120-pound tank, I would have just paid that bill, owned my own tank, and then called South Central Propane to come give me some gas. I wasn't given that option, and I think that's wrong, especially when these guys are suffering from a lack of availability to bring fuel in a timely manner. They're going to have to make some concessions. My request of Governor Cooper's office was to craft an executive order that says, or that would temporarily dispense with the rule that says one propane company cannot fill another company's tanks. And there is a law that says that the propane company like Yadkin or South Central cannot come to my house and fill my tank. They literally can't do that. I have a contract with someone else. That tank belongs to a competing company. They can't put fuel in it. I think that law needs to be waived for the next 30 days, 60 days, maybe till the end of winter. I think it needs to be, if people can get fuel they should be able to get fuel. I don't care who brings it to them. Because in my case, I called South Central Propane. They said, yeah, we got 3 trucks. We got plenty of propane. I just can't give it to you. That's wrong. It needs to stop, at least for right now. I understand the business model and you can't do it forever, fine. But for right now, during the middle of a pandemic and a cold winter, an abnormally cold winter, this needs to stop. So thank you to all the people that reached out today. Dave Andrews was a big help from the radio station. He put me in contact with some of the right people. Thank you very much for that, sir. I appreciate your continued support and the fact that he's trying to kind of hunt down more details on this himself. Now, I have a request for you. If you're watching this, if you're still here 10 minutes in, do me this favor, okay? The gas company had one complaint that I do agree with them on. And I'm going to back them up here. It's the only place that I'm going to back them up in this video, but I am going to back them up here. They've had lots of calls, people going, I'm low on gas, or I'm quote out of gas, and they get there, tanks at 40%. You're not out of gas. I mean, you'll be out of gas in 2 weeks, but you're not out of gas now. They're behind. They're trying to roll trucks, and people are creating fake emergencies that they have to respond to. They get there, and person's got plenty of gas, enough gas for another week, another 10 days. That's someone who doesn't have gas that now can't get seen because that truck came to you. Personally, I think they should be able to fine you for that crap, but that's neither here nor there. So if you're in Stanley County, if you're near me and you are an AmeriGas customer, I want you to find the link on Facebook to this video. I should have it down there in the comments and in the bottom. Don't comment here on YouTube. Comment on my Facebook page. I want you to comment there. I don't want any other random comments unless they're germane to the discussion. I want you to comment and give me your name. And if you're an autofill customer, if you're a customer here that's supposed to bring you gas on a certain schedule and they fail to do that, I want to know your name, and I want you to then put that in a comment. And yes, I'm an autofill customer, and I haven't had gas in 5 days or 6 days, or I'm 7 days later, whatever it is. And then I want you to message me on my Facebook. Message me your name and address. I have the cell phone numbers of 3 different people way high up at AmeriGas, and I promised them. I said I'll make this video, and they promised me that they said if you get names of people who do not have any fuel, who legitimately are out, get it to me. We will prioritize it. We will get them propane. Okay, I'm doing that. That's me. This is me doing that now. If you need propane, put your name down in there. Message me your full name and address so they can look you up, and I will pass that information on to the right people to be sure that you get your gas. I can't do this for everyone, everywhere. I'm sorry. I'm one guy in Stanley County, and I'm going to be on the road all day tomorrow. So that's what you can do. If you're low on gas, please don't put your name down there. Or if you want to comment, fine, but don't put your name as one of those that needs gas. If you're a commercial business that is out of fuel or have been out of fuel in the last month once or twice, message me, let me know. Comment, let me know. I need them to see the actual numbers, real bona fide numbers of real people. They're watching my Facebook feed. As of today, the governor's office, a few senators, and the CEOs from AmeriGas are seeing this video. They're seeing this page. I don't think they've done right, but I do know that they are trying to fix it. I'm okay with them trying to fix it. However, I do believe a certain urgency should be implied. Not everyone can wait while they fix this problem that may take them a month or longer to fix. Certain people need fuel right now. If you're one of them, put your name down there, and then send me a message with your full name and address and what your situation is, and I will try to get that information to the right people. That's all I can promise. I know Dave Andrews is trying to do the same thing. Dave is probably going to comment at some point in time on my Facebook feed if you'd like to give him that information. He works with the radio station, and he's trying to put all this information together for a story that he's compiling. He would be glad to have it. I'm not looking for you to go in there in my Facebook feed and just scream and rant. Please don't do that. Please reserve that space for people who actually need propane and don't have any fuel right now. Residents, businesses, commercial accounts, anybody, if you're out and you've been out and they've not given you the fuel you're supposed to get by the time you're supposed to get it, let me know. I will do what I can. I can't promise much. I can only promise to do what I said I would. This is me trying that. Stay warm, stay safe, stay sane. I will try to update you guys when I know more. Okay. Thank you to all the senators, Carl Ford, and your people. Thank you to the people in the governor's office for pushing this. Thank you to the people higher up at AmeriGas who took the time to respond to me personally. According to what I heard today, the CEO of AmeriGas had an ass chewing with high executives across the nation in response to your guys' complaints that me and a few others were able to articulate to the right people. So you got heard. It shouldn't have taken that much, but you did get heard. And thanks for your support today. I appreciate it. I'm doing what I can. Y'all be safe and take care. Bye for now.